Good evening, and welcome to Duncan Valley Electric Co-op's 73rd annual meeting. Once again, because of the pandemic, we miss meeting with you in person. I look forward to the day when we can once again meet in large groups and actually see everyone's smiling face. Let's begin by getting the administrative tasks of the meeting out of the way. Per the bylaws of the cooperative, a quorum for the transaction of business at all meetings of the members when the total number of members exceeds 1,000 shall be 50 members present in person or by ballot. As of the mailing of the official notice, the cooperative had 1,706 members of record. 200 members returned their ballots, which constitutes a quorum for this meeting of the members. Included in the official notice was an affidavit of mailing, providing proof included in the mailing of the notice of the meeting. 193 members returned ballots, indicating approval of the minutes for the 2020 annual meeting. The 2020 annual meeting minutes stand approved. For our election results, I would like to thank Mr. Johnny Fry, who served as the chairman for the elections committee and observed the counting of the ballots by the committee. For this year's annual meeting, the board of directors proposed an amendment to the cooperative's bylaws to give the board a little more flexibility in selecting the date of the annual meeting. The bylaws passed with a vote of 166 to 21. Also on the ballot were elections for directors. Tom Powers, who currently serves as the director in District 1, will retain his seat and serve with fellow directors Judy McKinley and Larry Avila. Dusty Robinette, currently serving in District 2, will retain her seat and serve with fellow director Leon Reynolds and myself. Tom Lovett was elected to replace retiring director Vance Lee. Mr. Lovett will be seated at our next regular board meeting for a 3-year term and serve with fellow director Johnny Fry. Congratulations to these directors. I'd like to congratulate Larry Avila on earning his Credentialed Cooperative Certificate and Judy McKinley for receiving her Director Gold certification from the National Rural Electric Co-op Association. A special thanks to Vance Lee for his 9 years of service representing District 3 on the Board of Directors. He also represented Duncan Valley on the Grand Canyon State Electric Co-op Association's Board of Directors. On behalf of the Board of Directors, we wish Vance and Kathy the best in the future. Now we would like to present this year's scholarship winners. In addition to her service to the cooperative, Judy White was a valued member of our community. Judy graduated from Duncan High School and served on the governing board of Duncan Unified Schools for several years, up until the time of her passing in 1998. She's a tremendous supporter and advocate for our youth, and it was out of deep respect that the employees, directors, and individuals and organizations in the community established a scholarship in her memory. Since 1999, DVEC has been awarding scholarships to graduating seniors from Duncan High School. Since its inception, 61 students have received her scholarship. The scholarship may be used to pay for continuing education at a college or trade school of the student's choice. On behalf of the employees, directors, and scholarship committee, it's my pleasure to present these awards to 3 students who will each receive a $2,000 scholarship. Congratulations to Lauren Bastine, Melissa Claridge, and Jason McGrath. Lauren will be studying environmental science and water quality. She's the daughter of John and Lindsay Bastine. Melissa will be continuing her education in the animal science field. She's the daughter of Randall and Mindy Claridge. And Jason will be studying rangeland management. His parents are Joe and Brianne McGrath. Last year, the cooperative initiated a continuing education scholarship to provide financial assistance to a post-high school co-op member who's furthering his or her education through a college or trade school. We're pleased to announce this year's scholarship as Stevie Reves. Stevie is working towards a degree in public administration. This year, the cooperative decided to sponsor 2 more scholarships to high school students. The selection process is different than the Judy White Scholarship, and that these awards are selected by a committee of school administrators, staff, and teachers. Congratulations to Hunter Hayes and Angel Benavides, who will each receive a $1,000 scholarship to be used at a college or trade school of their choice. Hunter desires to pursue an education in engineering and is the son of Wilton and Krista Hayes. Angel's furthering her education in the field of aerospace technology. She's the granddaughter of Katie Vaughn. Congratulations to all these scholarship winners, and we wish each of them the best in the future. At this time, I will call upon Steve Lunt to report on the operations of the cooperative. Steve?
Thank you, Mr. Downs. We live in a world that was unthinkable to our ancestors. Some of you that have a few more years of human experience than I have seen some marvelous things come forth. Automobiles, airplanes, electricity, radio and television, to name a few. I grew up in the computer age. As a boy, I watched along with many of you the moon landings. And in high school, I had the opportunity to learn to use one of the first personal computers, a computer that would be put to shame by the phone that you have in your pocket. While these marvels of technology and human ingenuity seemed far-fetched to some, many of my generation, and certainly in the generations that have followed, have come to expect rapid changes in technology. We can't seem to wait for the next model to come out. To us, much of the science fiction of our childhoods has become the real science of new products and constantly increasing improvements in technologically sophisticated devices. Along with this technological progress, there's been a constant progressive attitude about changes to many social aspects of our human existence. Attitudes and perceptions have, like a pendulum on a grandfather clock, swung back and forth along a wide spectrum of problems that were at times very real and at other times very imagined. In the 60s and 70s, as some of you can remember, we worried about an impending nuclear war and the fallout radiation that would eradicate life on Earth. But do you know what else we worried about back then? The coming ice age, running out of oil and natural gas. Who remembers waiting in line to gas up the car? Today we face new challenges, many which seem contradictory, depending on which expert you want to believe. Not an ice age, but global warming. Social injustice versus anti-cancel culture. Living the American dream and getting rich versus wealth disparity. In the name of all that is right and fair, many subsegments of society have become the pigs of Orwell's Animal Farm, claiming that all are equal, but by their clever reasoning, they are more entitled than others. With an ever-changing landscape of political maneuverings and technological advances, what can you expect from your cooperative? Almost a century ago, people were excited to have that single light bulb in the kitchen of their homes with electricity supplied by their electric co-op. Today, we are upset when the lights blink and we have to reset our clocks. The movie we are streaming buffers for a few seconds. For the past few months, I have pondered on the title of a book that was compiled from a series of radio presentations made during World War II. The author, Albert E. Bowen, titled his book, Constancy Amid Change. I would like to borrow from the title of that book to talk about our cooperative. I want to assure you that the basic principles that the founders of Duncan Valley Electric Cooperative relied on in the co-op's early days are the constancy we still rely upon today. We are still locally governed by directors elected from the membership, We still follow sound economic practices that safeguard our members' patronage investments in the cooperative. We still build our distribution system with quality components using tried and true practices. We then patrol, monitor, test, maintain, and grow that system. You can see on the accompanying financial statements, on line 3 of the balance sheet, we added almost $225,000 in new utility plant during 2020. You can also see on line 4 of the operations statement that operations and maintenance expenses make up the largest share of our budget, almost 44%. We still train and educate our employees on safety, construction methods, computer technology, and business practices that provide the best service to our members. We continue to explore new technology and new techniques. We embrace new best practices and adapt to changing regulations. We still get involved in politics on energy-related matters. We educate policymakers and lobby for rules and laws that protect our members. We still give back to our members by supporting community events like the county fairs, and we continue to invest in the future by offering scholarships to the rising generation. We continue to work cooperatively with other organizations to enhance the value of the services we provide. For example, I recently had a conversation with leaders of our power supplier and cooperative partner, Arizona Electric Power Cooperative. Patrick Ledger, the CEO, and John Martell, Director of Energy Services, were able to answer our questions concerning power supply and reliability issues. You can follow the links on our website, Facebook, or this YouTube channel to watch a short video of that meeting. In closing, the poet Robert Frost penned these words in his work, The Black Cottage. For dear me, why abandon a belief merely because it ceases to be true? Cling to it long enough, and not a doubt, it will turn true again, for so it goes. Most of the change we think we see in life is due to truth being in and out of favor, end quote. Our success as a cooperative is not just measured by the health of our financial statements. It is measured by how faithful we remain to the constancy of true principles amid the ever-changing so-called truths that fall in and out of favor. The next time you hear the sky is falling, look up, do some investigating. Don't be easily led to Foxy Loxy's den to your ultimate demise. What a blessing it is to be part of an organization that values our members, that values the communities we serve, that values constancy amid change. Thank you, and stay safe out there.